How you doing? How is your day today? It is what time is it? 4:45 Central Time. Hope you're doing good. How was your weekend? It's a Monday morning. No, it's a Monday afternoon. Was your weekend a good weekend? You guys comment on here. Let me know how your weekend was. Make sure I know where you're from. You can put where you're from too, so I know who I'm talking to. So listen, what does the numbers 3, 4, 8, and 9 have to do with your grocery shopping? So the numbers 3, 4, 8, and 9. It's not how much you're going to spend either. These are important numbers when it comes to your grocery shopping, especially if you're trying to eat healthy. Okay, you got to know what these numbers are. Okay, so I'm going to go over some things with you real quick. Won't take too long here. But I want you to know, if you're shopping for produce, what do the numbers 3, 4, 8, and 9 have to do with anything? Okay, so on your produce, there's something called the PLU, or the price lookup, and that is what the cashier uses. Hi, Debbie from Waynesville. That is what your cashier uses to look up the produce that you buy. So if you go to buy a lime or a cantaloupe or a tomato or something like that, there's that little sticker on there. My wife happens to like to stick those stickers all over the place. Why, I don't know, but she just grew up sticking them all over, so they end up all over our house. So, but those numbers, those PLU numbers, they're important. They can actually give you great information about the food that you're eating. So if that number, if that PLU number, if it has a 5-digit, I'm writing this down here just so you guys can see this, that starts with a 9. If it has a 5-digit number that starts with a 9, it is organic. All right, so that's important. So if you're looking up a lemon, let's say you have a lemon in your hand at the grocery store and you want to know, is that organic or not? You want it to have a 9 in front of that little 5-digit code, okay? Now, if it does not have a 9 in front of it, it's typically going to just have we're going to use a lemon as an example. It's typically going to have, say hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
There you go. So it's going to have a 4-digit code, and it is, let's say it's a lemon, a large lemon. It should have a 4053. So if it starts with a 4, a 3, or a 4, it means it is conventionally grown, which means in the United States here, means it is not going to be organic. Okay, so if it has a 94053, that means that's an organic lemon. If it has a 94033, that is an organic small lemon. If it has just a 4033, that would be a conventionally grown lemon. So as an example, so if it starts with a 3 or 4, it's going to be conventionally grown. So that's important because those products are then going to be sprayed with pesticides. They're going to be altered. The ground can be sprayed with pesticides. Those toxins can get up through the root system and become part of the fruit or the vegetable, not just you go, wait, I could just wash it off, right? I can wash those pesticides off. That's not true. They actually get into the fiber, into the DNA, if you will, of the fruit or the vegetable. So look for those numbers, the PLU numbers that start with a 3 or a 4, and try to avoid those. Get the ones that start with a 9. Now, I mentioned an 8. What does an 8 mean? Oh, I'm knocking stuff over here. If your produce starts with an 8, it typically means that it is non-GMO. Okay, so it's not genetically modified. So if it starts with an 8, it's non-genetically modified. Now, here's the problem with that. So much of our fruits and vegetables, there's almost no way to avoid genetically modified. Like you can't find non-GMO corn. All the corn sold in the United States is genetically modified practically. The wheat, the soybeans, these are things that it doesn't matter what, I mean, you're just not going to find them that are not genetically modified. So you just need to be aware of that. But things, let's say grapes or an avocado or something, if it has an 8 in front of it, it's going to be non-GMO, which is really good to look for. You want to make sure I'm saying that properly. It could be, anyway, you get the idea, right? So you want to look at that 3, 4, 8, and 9. Okay, and that might be wrong. Let me pull something up here. Hopefully you guys can still see me. I just want to make sure that I actually said that wrong. I'm not the one who goes to the grocery store or house, but 8 means it has been genetically modified. All right, you guys post down there that you make sure you caught that I caught my mistake. 8 means it has been genetically modified. So almost all corn is going to be genetically modified. So if it has an 8 in front of it, you want to avoid it. If it has a 9 in front of it, go for it. If it has a 3 or 4, well, it's still going to be better than buying a Twinkie, right? You know, I mean, if you ate a tomato, that's going to be better than, you know, Nutella. And all you Nutella fans out there, I don't need you screaming at me and how good Nutella is. It may be tasty, but it's bad for you. So remember, 9 means is organic. 3 or 4 means it's conventionally grown, and 8 means it's been genetically modified. But don't hang your hat on that 8, because so much of our food, you can't even find it where it has not been genetically modified. So let me know, is this helpful information for you to go out and become healthier? You've got to provide your body with good, healthy building blocks. You wouldn't have somebody build you a house or a car with inferior materials. You just wouldn't do that. You would, you know, if somebody came to your house to build you, or came to your property to build you a home, and all the 2x4s and all the studs and all the sheetrock and all the bricks and whatever they use is all damaged in some way, well, you would have them take it all back because of the investment you're putting into building a house and how important your shelter is. But your body is vastly more important than that home. And why would you provide it things that are not the good building blocks? You've got to have good building blocks, which means you've got to avoid the things that are laden with toxins and chemicals as much as possible. It is impossible to avoid it completely, but you can make good choices, and the better choices you make, the healthier you're going to be. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm in between seeing patients right now, so I am going to sign off. You guys give me some little hearts and some little likes if this was helpful. And again, don't forget to let me know where you're from. Appreciate you watching today, and I will try and come back and give you some more information tomorrow. I got some information I want to give you on sinusitis. I'm sorry, that was falling out of my hand there. Sinusitis, all right? Those of you who are suffering from chronic sinusitis and you go, man, the antibiotics just don't seem to help. I've taken so many rounds of antibiotics and it's not changing things. You guys should stay tuned. We're going to talk about a common cause of sinusitis that is not looked for when you go to the doctor. And you keep getting those prescriptions. Some of those prescriptions, like the fluoroquinolones, the Cipro, these types of antibiotics, hi Caroline from Caroline, right? Caroline from Pennsylvania. Those Cipro, the fluoroquinolones, those can be extremely toxic. There are so many people that have had reactions to those, and most times they're not even helping solve the problem. So we're going to talk, hopefully tomorrow, I'll come and talk to you about sinusitis and a common cause for sinusitis. So you guys stay tuned. If you have friends or family members who are suffering from chronic sinus problems, you guys could watch this, share this with them. You should share this video with them. Who out there doesn't go grocery shopping? Me, I don't go grocery shopping. My wife goes grocery shopping. My mother-in-law goes grocery shopping. So I do not go grocery shopping. But believe me, they're the ones who knows about those 3, 4, 8, and 9 numbers when they buy our produce. And hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.